I mentioned the story that I had seen, so we wanted to do a real quick follow-up here. Canadian Airline has introduced a new $1 base fare. That's right, not $100, not $10, $1. The airline is Flair. So what's the deal? Let's find out. Eric Tanner is their VP of Revenue Management and Network Planning. He's on the line. Mr. Tanner, thank you for your time.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Please explain, how is this going to work? Because the note I saw says the airline will allow you to book this fare on northbound routes from Mexico, the U.S., Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic. How?
Yeah, so we start our winter seasonal flights in a couple months. And when you start a flight up, the first flight from Canada down to a warm weather destination is rather full. But the return flight's rather empty because, of course, there was no flight previously to get customers down there. And so rather than fly the aircraft empty, we figured we would offer a $1 base fare so that if a customer has flexible plans and gets down to a destination earlier, or if someone wants to come up and explore Canada, they're able to for an affordable price.
What do you get for one, or what don't you get, I guess, is for $1?
In terms of the fare, well, unfortunately, there are airport taxes and fees that need to be paid on top of the base fare.
Okay.
And those taxes and fees are different depending on the origin of the flight. And then, of course, we are a low-cost carrier with an a la carte model. So you pick what you'd like to have as part of your experience. And so, bags, seat assignments, things like that come at an upcharge. And that's frankly no different than, honestly, every other airline in Canada.
Okay, but here's my question, and I didn't understand the beginning part because you're saying, let's assume you're going to the Dominican Republic on a vacation. You want to fly down with Flair. Do you fly to the Dominican Republic from Canada?
We do. We have flights to the Dominican Republic from Toronto. From Montreal, we fly to Fort Lauderdale, and we fly to Cancun in the winter.
Okay. So conceivably, this would apply then to Cancun. That's a Mexican destination. I could fly Flair there. And if I wanted to, I could book a $1 flight coming home from Cancun to Montreal?
Well, it depends on the destination. Oftentimes, that's the first flight returning is the one that has the $1 fare. Sometimes you'll have the second or third flight. So yeah, there's a legitimate chance that you could take our first flight of the season from Montreal down to Cancun, and then the return flight would be available for a $1 base fare plus taxes and fees that go to the airport.
Okay. What's the catch?
There's no catch. It's a $1 base fare. As I said, we take home $1 on this ticket. Every other, the airports, the government agencies that have taxes and fees on top of the ticket, customers certainly need to pay that.
Yeah, I get all that.
But for Flair, we take home $1.
So I will point out, Flair does not have, a very glowing reputation financially now, right? You owe, CRA says you're about $65 million in the hole. There have been aircraft repossessions. I'm sure people look at this and go, what kind of a joke? What's really going on here, right? You're asking someone to pay a buck plus airport and hotel fees. How do I know the plane's even going to leave?
Well, a few things. Number one, I'm the revenue guy, so I don't worry. I don't have too much insight onto the cost side, but CRA stuff, all of those things, we have somewhat in our rear view mirror. We've had a delightfully profitable summer thus far, and we've been the most on-time airline in Canada, and we've canceled the fewest number of flights in all of Canada. So, honestly, reputations are hard to fix, and we're working every day to improve ours and to deliver on our promise to give customers affordable air travel here in Canada. And we look forward to welcoming people on board. And a lot of people are going to be able to do that for $1 if they take advantage.
How many people could you possibly accommodate this way? Is there a number?
It depends on the number of flights that we see that have this directionality imbalance where, one direction's very full and then the other one's very empty. So I leave that to the revenue management team to assign. But, it is a limited number of seats that we're able to offer at the $1 fare. And we've seen really good pickups so far.
Okay, last question for people hearing this thinking this sounds too good to be true. You can log on to Flair's website and actually start doing this now, or when does it begin?
Oh, yeah, they're available right now on flyflair.com.
On where? Flyflair? Is that the
Flyflair.com.
Okay. Listen, thank you for the time. I wish you luck. I hope it works out because obviously it sounds too good to be true. We shall see. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
You bet. Eric Tanner, he is the VP of Revenue Management. Flyflair.com. Listen, if you do it, and it works, let me know. Because, I hope it does. It would be a great deal for someone, right? And he's saying, I think one of their flights they have, I checked before we did the interview, coming home from Cancun, it leaves at 6 a.m. So if you don't mind, if it's worth saving that kind of money, who cares? Go home at 6 a.m. instead of spending $400 or $500 to fly. Like I said, it sounds too good to be true. Maybe check it out. Let me know.